Continuing simple concepts, that is gas, vapor and critical temperature. Three important concepts. What is the difference between gas and vapor? Only one difference, and that is critical temperature. Means, what is the meaning? Gas can be liquefied not by only decreasing the pressure. I'll repeat what I said. Gas cannot be liquefied by only decreasing the pressure. It is necessary for the gas to liquefy. If you want to liquefy a gas, you have to decrease the temperature also. Okay? The temperature at which the gas liquefies or below which gas gets converted into liquid is called as the critical temperature. So, two important factors we are going to consider, that is, for liquefaction of gas, two important factors needs to be considered, that is pressure and temperature. So, if you want to liquefy a gas, you decrease the pressure. It's not that the story ends here. Only if you decrease the pressure, you can decrease the gas. No, you have to even decrease the temperature. The typical temperature at which the gas liquefies is called as the critical temperature. Similarly, but that is not the case with vapor. Students, vapor can be liquefied only by decreasing the pressure. Has nothing to do with temperature. Okay. So, on the basis of critical temperature, on this typical critical temperature, how do you define a gas and a vapor? Gas is a substance which is in gaseous phase. Gas is a substance which is in gaseous phase but below critical temperature, and vapor is a substance which is in gaseous phase but above critical temperature. Because for vapor you did not consider any critical temperature. Gas will get converted into gaseous form or only below critical temperature, because above critical temperature it get converted into liquid. So what is a gas? Gas is a substance which is in gaseous phase, no doubt, but liquefies below critical temperature, and vapor is a substance which is in gaseous phase, no doubt, but can be easily liquefied even above critical temperature. हे क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचरच्या खाली नेलं तर गॅसचं लिक्विड बनणार, आणि इथं क्रिटिकल टेम्परेचर काही ठेवा, इट्स ओके, वेपर कॅन बी इझिली लिक्विफाईड जस्ट बाय रिड्युसिंग द प्रेशर. गोष्ट कळली? म्हणजे गॅस कॅन बी लिक्विफाईड बाय नॉट रिड्युसिंग ओनली द प्रेशर बट इवन रिड्युसिंग द टेम्परेचर. वेपर कॅन बी लिक्विफाईड ओनली बाय रिड्युसिंग द प्रेशर. दॅट्स इट. ठीक आहे? दिस इज वन. Then we will discuss something called as latent heat. We will discuss latent heat of fusion. We will discuss latent heat of vaporization. Easy. What is latent heat? The quantity of heat energy. Latent heat हे फक्त related to heat energy आहे. The latent heat is the quantity of heat energy required to convert unit mass of a substance. To change the state of unit mass of a substance but without change in temperature. I'll repeat. Latent heat is the quantity of heat energy required to change the state of how much unit mass of a substance but without change in temperature. That is called the latent heat. If Q is the quantity of heat energy supplied, then Q is equal to M into L, where L is what is referred to as the latent heat. Unit of latent heat is joule per. हे बघा students, L is equal to Q upon M ना. Q is what? kg. Sorry, Q is heat energy, joule, and mass is kg. So what will be the unit of latent heat? It will be joule per kg. That's it. I'll repeat. What is latent heat? It is the quantity of heat energy required to change the state from one form to another, solid to liquid, liquid to gas, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. So the quantity of heat energy required to change the state of unit mass of a substance, but by keeping the temperature constant is called as the latent heat. If L is the latent heat, M is the mass of the substance, Q is equal to M into L. Unit of Q is joule per Q is measured in joule, that is the quantity of heat energy, and mass is measured in kg. So L is joule per, the unit of L is or latent heat is joule per kg. आता specifically what is latent heat of fusion? What is latent heat of fusion, students? It is the quantity of heat energy required to change the state of unit mass of a substance from solid to liquid form at melting point without change in the temperature is called latent heat of fusion. So what is latent heat of fusion here? The quantity of heat energy required to change the state of unit mass of a substance from solid to liquid form at melting point is called as latent heat of fusion. आता याचं उलटं करा. The quantity of heat energy required to change the state of unit mass of a substance from liquid to gaseous form but without change in temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. बघा, what is latent heat of vaporization? It is the quantity of heat energy required to change the state of unit mass of a substance from liquid to gaseous form but without change in temperature. किंवा at boiling point हे at melting point. फ्युजन ला at melting point without change in temperature, vaporization ला at boiling point without change in temperature. I'll revise it. For gas to get converted into liquid, we have to consider two important factors, that is pressure and temperature. Gas can be liquefied not only by decreasing pressure but even by decreasing temperature. Vapor can be easily liquefied by only decreasing the pressure. That particular temperature at which gas gets converted into liquid is called as critical temperature. Okay, what is latent heat? The quantity of heat energy required to change the state of unit mass of a substance without change in temperature is latent heat. If Q is the quantity of heat energy supplied and M is the mass of the substance, L is the latent heat. Unit of latent heat is joule per kg. Latent heat of fusion, the quantity of heat energy required to change the state of unit mass of a substance from solid to liquid at MP without change in temperature is latent heat of fusion. The quantity of heat energy required to change the state of unit mass of a substance from liquid to gaseous form without change in temperature is called latent heat of vaporization. That's it. हे melting point ला करायचं आणि हे BP ला करायचं, boiling point ला. ठीक आहे. नेक्स्ट वी विल डिस्कस अ व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट टर्म. जर एक्झाम असली असती तर हा पार्ट एक्झामला आलाच असतं मुलांनो. व्हॉट इज दॅट? दॅट इज thermal conductivity. We'll be discussing a very important term and that is K here. I'll tell this later on. आता what is thermal conductivity? It is the capability of the substance to allow heat to flow through it. That is called thermal conductivity. What is thermal conductivity? The capability of a substance to allow heat energy to flow through it. The ability of the substance to allow the heat energy to flow through it is called thermal conductivity. To make you understand what is thermal conductivity, consider a solid in the form of a simple rod. What do we do? Heat one end of the rod. Heat one end of the rod. You know already you are aware of that when you heat, you have to heat the rod only at its one end. After some time, say half an hour, the other end of the rod also gets heated. Clear? This is what we are going to discuss here. Okay? This is thermal conductivity. Before knowing what is thermal conductivity, we are going to discuss first of all simple processes, and that is बघा हां तुम्हाला दाखवते heat transfer. We'll come to this thermal conductivity. To understand this, you should know heat transfer by two important processes, that is conduction and convection. What is conduction? It is the process of flow of heat energy through solids from higher temperature region to lower temperature region without actual migration of particles. Particles फक्त पार्टिसिपेट करतात, पार्टिकल्स मूव्ह होत नाहीत. So what is conduction of heat? It is the mode of transfer of heat from higher temperature to lower temperature, generally through solids without actual movement of the particles. What is convection of heat? It is the mode of transfer of heat from one end, from higher temperature to lower temperature, where the particles themselves carry heat energy from higher temperature to lower temperature. मी ही process इथं वापरणार, and that is conduction of heat. Conduction of heat, what we are going to do? We are going to take a rod, heat one end of the rod. Slowly the other end of the rod gets heated. Why? Because there is the process of heat flow by conduction. And how is that? What happens here? When you heat one end of the rod is of metal. Metal is a good conductor of heat. It allows heat energy to flow through it. After some time, the other end of the rod appears to be heated because of flow of heat by the process of conduction, which is the movement of heat energy through solids without movement of the particles. Only heat energy is transferred. ठीक है, दिस इज थर्मल कंडक्टिविटी. कॉन्सन्ट्रेट. स्टुडंट्स, तुम्हाला ऑलरेडी माहिती आहे की कसं आहे सांगते, तुम्हाला लॉजिक सांगते. यू हीट वन एंड ऑफ द रॉड, this end is at highest temperature. Part of the heat energy is transferred to this end, like that, and this end, the other end of the rod, is at the lowest temperature. Keep on heating the rod. पहिला टेम्परेचर सावकाश सावकाश वन एंडचं वाढत जाणार, सावकाश 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 अदर एंडचं वाढत जाणार. बट after half an hour or 1 hour, though this end is at lower temperature, it will not show any further rise in temperature. I'll repeat what I said. म्हणजे तुमची समज अशी होईल की हा जितका आपण हीट करतोय, the other end also will get heated to the same level after some time. No. The other end will get heated, but not to the same temperature at this end. कळते? See, I heat one end of the rod. The temperature of the slowly heat transfers by the process of conduction, no doubt. And the other end of the rod also will get heated, no doubt. But will never be able to attain that same temperature at this end. Why? Because always there is loss of heat to the surroundings. Students, तुम्हाला एक सांगते की सुरुवातीला तुम्हाला रेग्युलर राईज इन टेम्परेचर दाखवणार, हे हायेस्ट, मग ह्याच्यापेक्षा कमी 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 ह्याची राईज होत राहणार. बट आफ्टर अ सर्टन इंटरवल ऑफ टाईम द अदर एंड विल नॉट शो एनी फर्दर राईज इन टेम्परेचर. हा नशिबात नाही. आता समजा दिस इज यू आर हिटिंग इट टू 200 केल्विन. हा 100 केल्विनपर्यंत हीट होत राहणार. ह्याच्या पलीकडे तुम्ही कितीही गरम करा त्याला, वेस्ट युअर कॅन्डल, वेस्ट युअर बन्सन बर्नर, नो फर्दर राईज इन टेम्परेचर. Okay, we are entering into something called as coefficient of thermal conductivity here. It says that if, हे बघा, आता हाच मॅग्निफाय करूया. If A is the area of cross section of the rod, T1 and T2 are the temperatures at the two ends of the rod, X is the length of the rod, T is the time of passage of heat energy. It is observed that the quantity of heat energy flowing from one end of the rod to the other end is directly proportional to what? First of all, the temperature difference. Next, the time of passage of heat energy, the area of cross section of the rod, and inversely proportional to the distance or the the separation between the two ends or the length of the rod. I repeat, Q is proportional to T1 minus T2. Time of T1 minus T2 म्हणजे difference in the temperatures at the two end. T, time of passage. A, area of cross section of each of the ends. And X, distance between them. Directly proportional to temperature difference, time, area. Inversely proportional to the distance of separation between them. Or Q is equal to some constant K, T1 minus T2 T A divided by X, where what is K? K is a constant which is called the coefficient of thermal conductivity. K ला काय म्हणतात? Coefficient. Thermal conductivity coefficient. That's it. Very important term. जर एक्झाम असली असती ना तर 100% हे क्वेश्चन आलं असतं मुलांना. I'll repeat. If T1 and T2 are the temperatures at the two ends, A is the area of cross section, X is the length of the rod or the difference between the two temperatures, then Q is proportional to temperature difference, time, area and inversely proportional to the distance. That's it. Proportionality sign काढली, replaced it by a constant K, and that constant K is called as the coefficient of thermal conductivity. Ends the job. Clear? Fine. For today I will stop. I'll continue with more things tomorrow again. Bye.